Hey you guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm so excited to talk to you today about empathy and compassion. The reason that we want to talk about this is because in our world today, we are judging. We are not empathizing with people. We are not being compassionate or kind towards one another. We are not being real with ourselves on our feelings. So in order to get through our feelings instead of just past these dips and valleys that we go through in life naturally, we need to work on our empathy towards others and towards ourselves. So the first part about compassion and empathy is being compassionate towards ourselves. So we've all heard the saying, comparison is the thief of joy. Today I want to talk about how comparison is the thief of all human emotions. So even when we're going through trials and tribulations, we tend to compare our negatives, our lows, to other people's lows, and then we think that if we talk about our low is just a car accident or just a breakup or just not being able to make ends meet this month. It's not just what it is. It's what it is, and it's what you're going through right now. So your feelings are valid, and you are absolutely allowed to feel whatever human emotions you feel. So having compassion for yourself and recognizing that your emotions are valid. The next part of that first part of compassion is in having compassion for yourself, you need to recognize that not everyone that you want to talk about your feelings to is going to have empathy for you, because not everybody has the capacity for empathetic responses. So in order for you to continue to recognize that it's okay to have these problems, however minor or huge, you need to recognize that not everybody is going to be able to respond the way that you need them to. So recognizing who is not capable of helping you in your time of need. So the next part of compassion and empathy is how to be empathetic. So ideally, everyone will be able to educate themselves on how to be empathetic. And there are ways to learn. You don't have to be born empathetic in order to show empathy. So the 4 parts of how to be empathetic, this is coming straight from Brene Brown's The Power of Vulnerability. I love her very much, so she's much more succinct than I could ever be. 4 parts. 1, take perspective of another. 2, stay out of judgment. 3, recognize emotion in others. And 4, communicate emotion. So take perspective of another, stay out of judgment. Walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. Think about what they're going through. Take their perspective and imagine that you are literally going through what they are going through. Staying out of judgment. This is why it's so important to show compassion for yourself, because if you are busy judging yourself and your own problems and your own highs and lows, you're going to have a really hard time not judging somebody else who's coming to you looking for a friend. And then the emotions part, recognize emotion in others and communicating emotion. This is for good and bad. We can be empathetic in any situation, whether it's good news or bad news, sad news, angry news, whatever it is. Recognize what the person who is coming to you to tell you what their emotion is. I will never forget a story. A friend of mine was wedding dress shopping with her, future sister-in-law, and the girl brought all of these women to this shopping date who were not being supportive at all of what her choices were. She tried on dress after dress, and everyone was like, that's not a good dress. And read the person's face. How selfish are you to not, I'm judging you as I'm saying this, be less selfish. Think about what their face is telling you. If it's good news, be happy for them. If it's sad news, be sad for them. This should be taught in schools, and I know that it is taught in schools in Denmark, but not in the United States. So you will be a better friend. This will literally enhance your relationships, your friendships, and your love of yourself. And then finally, communicate emotion. So your response is not going to make it better. So just recognize that the person is coming to you not not for advice in almost every instance. They're not coming to you for logical, sound, sensible advice. They are just coming to tell you, I'm in this dark place and I don't know if it's going to be okay. What do you think? And so Brene Brown's book, and really my response to it is, your response is not going to make it better. Just sit there in the darkness with them. If you don't let them feel, just like if you don't let yourself feel, you're never gonna get through it. You might get past it, but you're never gonna get through it. And so feeling the emotion, feeling the vulnerability, and getting vulnerable with yourself, taking off your mask, getting real, sitting in the shame with them, is going to make them feel a human connection, and it's going to bring about a stronger bond between you. So just think about that the next time somebody comes to you with good news or bad news. And really quick, to wrap it all up, not talking about our fears, our anxieties, our sad feelings, our good feelings, is what makes them fester and what makes them a lot worse. And that's what brings about the anxiety and the overthinking, and ultimately, decline of mental health. And stress, really long-term, like stress-related health issues. Thinking that you are burdensome to your loved ones is just not true. There is no problem too trivial. There is no problem too big or small that you can't talk about it. The other part, second part, is recognizing who is capable of empathy, who you can talk to about it. Find a mentor. You might find a mentor in kind of screening who is capable of empathy and who is capable of talking about this. Everybody struggles. Human struggle is the human experience. We all struggle. I guarantee you there is somebody out there that has gone through the same exact thing that you're going through right now. And if not, there is a shit ton of people who are empathetic enough that they can help you to get through, not past, through whatever it is that you're going through. Don't let the shame encompass you. Find the deeper emotion, and try to be empathetic. Work on it. This is a practice, just like gratitude, just like meditation, just like love. Empathy is a practice. Give your loved ones a chance to show you that they can also be empathetic. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you really soon.